Ornament and pattern is very important actually for us people. It gives you identity, and I think that is something that we really need, and we should embrace today. My name is Edith Lundebrekke, and I'm an artist living in Trondheim. I work with textile originally. Now I work mainly with wood as a material and make reliefs, three-dimensional reliefs. And this started when I got a commission 20 years ago, where I had to work with wood as a material. And this gave me the opportunity to work in a new material. But I took my method was exactly the same way of the simplicity and the repetition. And I made a whole wall just out with like a very simple pattern. And this was really a starting point where I started to explore these wooden bars. And I have developed a technique. It's the simplicity that makes it interesting. This simplicity, these rule-based systems in my art, I think it gives me enormous freedom. I think it gives me enormous joy as well, because I think it's endless, it's unlimited, the possibilities that opens up. Now I like to say that I work with light and color and movement. I also made a Stjørdal Kirke. At one point the sun appears, and in just 10-15 minutes the sun makes the color on the bars light up. I think that is quite strong effect, and it's also magic that it's in a church, I think. I've done a few commission works also, but especially one in Sweden, a large sound barrier. I'm very proud to have this project, and I'm pleased. I think it's maybe the art that I've made ever that reached most people. I think, because I think there are thousands and thousands every day who pass by. I've always been working with the pattern in my art. This is my invention, I will say. This particular method of working with the both sides, or and of course the mathematics of it, and the rules. There are many ways to make patterns, that is for sure. I like to say that when I put off those reliefs, it is visual phenomenons I capture, or I use like the interaction of colors and the movement, and I use the more simple and the more structured the more apparent is the effects or the phenomenons. I like very much to work in the studio with coloring, because it's very much the same, so it's a kind of meditative situation. I really feel joy when I put colors together and then mix. So this play I made is of small, it's a little relief where you could change the position, and then you experience that the color change. It's reflected light that goes from the one side to the other, and it is actually colored shadows. So the blue here goes to the yellow and makes green. I find it so fascinating, and it never stops being fascinating. This curiosity. First, I wasn't aware of the close link to the handicraft, but over the years I've been more and more aware of it, and now I think it's really important also to emphasize and to speak out loud about this. It has to do with a really rich heritage. It tells about who you are, but the pattern making, the ornament and pattern making is still something that you has some kind of trauma or some kind of low status, I think, still. So the years I've been working a lot with architects and architecture, and I see the close link between my art and architecture, or the textile and architecture, the pattern. But in architecture, the ornament and the pattern is the symmetry and all that comes out of patterns or rule-based patterns is banned. The paradox is that it isn't. You don't have to break the rules to get something interesting. I think something interesting that comes out of following the rules, or yeah. Patterns is all over the world. It's something that is a strong part of the culture. For me, it's a great opportunity to participate in Design Miami Basel. Of course, I need to meet a large audience, maybe collectors or contractors, but I also think it's a great opportunity to show this pattern, the way of working with simple pattern rules and ornament as something that I would like to bring to an international audience. I'm eager to communicate this legacy of pattern to the new generations, architects or artists, and the importance I think it has for the cultural, but also I think it's a really important part of being human, which we really need in our time.